Hello and welcome to today's learning session. In today's session, we're going to be talking about a schedule preference into the NICE WFM system. Depending on the configuration and the scheduling method that you use, schedule preferences can be used in conjunction with creating the schedules. And just to show you an example of the different options that support schedule preferences, I'm just going to show you this slide. Schedule preferences are supported either via the automatic agent assignment process. So this is one option that we can use, or we can use automatic pattern assignment. These are the two used options in order to support agent preferences. I'm going to log in as a consultant, and then in order for me to apply for the preference, I come into the schedules menu and come down to schedule preferences. Again, depending upon the configuration that the WFM or the business decide what is available for the consultants to be able to apply for preferences. Here they can just come and click on Add a Preference. They're presented with a couple of options here. The most commonly used preferences that are in the system are day off preferences and also start times. So we're going to have a look at start times first. In order to apply a preference, I simply come to add a start time preference for the day. I'm then presented with potential options of what I could be allowed to choose between. Here we've got some options as far as I'd like to start as early as possible, and I can then specify a time range. As an agent, I could turn around and say, well, I'd like to use this option, and then specify that I'd like to start at 10 o'clock or between 10 and say midday. Once I'm happy with that, I then just click on Save. This has given me now a start time preference for the Monday. I could go and enter that in for each day. Otherwise, I could just come and use these preferences for all of the weeks. And that's the option I'm going to choose. Then that will then prompt us, and then so now I have a start time preference between, I'd like to start between 10 and 12 as late as possible. Simply click on OK or Save. Then I can come back to my day off preferences. So this is another type of preference that we have. In the day off preferences, I can turn around and specify. So I normally work 5 days. So I'm going to select the number of 5 days. And I want to work or have 2 consecutive days off. I then click on Update List. This then provides me with a list of the different combination as far as day off preferences are concerned. I can simply come in here and then, again, depending upon your organization, they may say, let's put your top 3 or 4 preferences in. So I'm going to, naturally, I want to have Saturday and Sunday off if I can. So I'm going to select this as my number one priority. Then I might decide to have a second, Friday, Saturday off as my secondary preference. And then my third preference could be having the Sunday and Monday off. After that, if I don't really care about which other preferences are, I could then just click on the auto rank, and then it would fill in the rest of those patterns as being the preferences. Again, then I just click on save, and that has now entered in my preference for the system. We'll then look at your start time and day off preferences, assuming that the organization is using one of those scheduling methods, and we'll take this into consideration as part of the schedule change or schedule request. That concludes today's session of how to enter in a preference. I hope to see you on the next session. Thank you.